Welcome to HouseLux Estate, your go-to channel for all things finance and business. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for every entrepreneur and business owner: creditworthiness. This seemingly complex term is simply a measure of how likely you are to repay a loan or credit. It's what banks and lenders use to determine whether or not you're eligible for financing. And let's be real, in the world of business, securing loans can be the stepping stone to success. So understanding and improving your creditworthiness becomes an essential part of your entrepreneurial journey. This video is designed to demystify creditworthiness and provide you with practical steps to enhance it. We'll walk you through the importance of creditworthiness, how it's assessed, and most importantly, how you can improve it. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with practical steps to enhance your creditworthiness for business loans. So stay tuned! Before we delve into improving your creditworthiness, it's crucial to understand what it is. Creditworthiness, in a nutshell, is a valuation performed by lenders that determines the possibility a borrower may default on his debt obligations. It informs the lender whether you're a safe bet or a risky venture. So, how is creditworthiness determined? Several factors come into play. First, your credit history is critical. Lenders want to see that you have a history of paying back your debts on time. They look at the length of your credit history, the types of credit you've used, and how much of your available credit you're using. Secondly, your current financial status is crucial. This includes your income, your assets, and how much debt you're carrying in relation to your income. Thirdly, your future income prospects can influence your creditworthiness. If you're in an industry with strong growth prospects, lenders may be more willing to extend credit. Now, why is creditworthiness important, particularly for securing business loans? In essence, the more creditworthy you are, the more likely you are to secure a loan on favorable terms. Lenders want to be assured they will get their money back, and a good creditworthiness rating gives them that assurance. On the flip side, if your creditworthiness is poor, you may struggle to secure loans, or you may need to pay higher interest rates to compensate for the increased risk the lender is taking on. In the world of business, where cash flow is king, securing loans on favorable terms can be the difference between success and failure. So, to put it succinctly, creditworthiness is your financial reputation. It's a measure of your reliability as a borrower, and it's a key factor lenders look at when deciding whether to extend you credit. Now that you understand creditworthiness, let's move on to how you can improve it. Improving your creditworthiness isn't rocket science, but it does require commitment and discipline. It's not about quick fixes or shortcuts, but about consistent, responsible financial behavior over time. Let's dive into the first two steps to improve your creditworthiness. The first step is timely payment of bills. This may seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook this crucial aspect. Every late payment, be it for your utilities, credit card bills, or loans, can negatively impact your credit score. It's important to understand that credit bureaus keep a record of your payment history, so ensure that you pay all your bills on time every time. Consider setting up automatic payments or reminders to help you stay on top of your bills. The second step is reducing debt. This step is twofold. Firstly, aim to pay down your existing debt as quickly as possible. While it's easier said than done, it's crucial to make a plan and stick to it. Start by paying off high-interest debt first, such as credit card debt. Secondly, avoid incurring new debt. Every time you apply for a new line of credit, it results in a hard inquiry on your credit report, which can lower your credit score. So, think twice before applying for that new credit card or loan. In both these steps, the key is consistency. It may take some time to see improvements, but don't get discouraged. Remember, your creditworthiness isn't determined overnight. It reflects your financial behavior over a period of time. So, the sooner you start practicing these habits, the better. In the end, improving your creditworthiness boils down to responsible financial management. It's about paying your bills on time, reducing your debt, and maintaining a disciplined approach to your finances. It's not just about getting that business loan you need, but also about building a strong financial foundation for your future. Remember, the key to enhancing your creditworthiness lies in managing your finances responsibly. Continuing from where we left off, let's explore more ways to boost your creditworthiness. Our next step is maintaining a low credit utilization ratio. Credit utilization ratio, in simple terms, is the percentage of your total available credit that you're actually using. So, if you have a credit limit of $10,000 and you're using $5,000 of it, your credit utilization ratio is 50%. Now, you may be wondering, why should I care about this ratio? The answer is straightforward. The lower your ratio, the better it is for your credit score. Lenders often view a high credit utilization ratio as a sign of potential financial risk. So to improve your creditworthiness, try to keep your credit utilization ratio under 30%. It's like keeping a healthy weight. It's better for your overall financial health. Moving on to the next step, diversifying your credit types. Diversification in this context doesn't mean getting every type of credit card under the sun. Instead, it refers to having a mix of different types of credit, such as credit cards, car loans, student loans, or a mortgage. Why does this matter? Well, lenders like to see that you can handle different types of credit responsibly. It's somewhat similar to an employer who prefers a candidate with a diverse skill set. Having a variety of credit types on your credit report can make you more appealing to lenders and can improve your creditworthiness. However, it's important to remember that it's not about taking on more credit than you can handle. It's about managing a variety of credit types responsibly. Overextending yourself can lead to financial distress and can negatively impact your creditworthiness. So, there you have it. 2 more steps to boost your creditworthiness: maintaining a low credit utilization ratio and diversifying your credit types. Remember, a balanced and varied credit portfolio often signifies a responsible borrower. In our final segment on improving creditworthiness, we'll discuss one crucial aspect: credit history. This is the backbone of your financial reputation, and its vitality cannot be overstated. Credit history is a record of how you've managed your financial obligations over time. It includes the types of credit you've used, the length of time your accounts have been open, and whether you've paid your bills on time. It's kind of like a report card of your financial reliability. And just like a report card, a stellar credit history can open doors to opportunities like better loan terms for your business. So how do you build a long and clean credit history? The first step is consistency. Regular on-time payments show lenders that you're reliable and can manage your financial responsibilities well. This doesn't just apply to loans, but also utility bills, rent, and even your phone bill. Next, keep your credit utilization low. This refers to the percentage of your available credit that you're using. A lower percentage is better. Aim to use no more than 30% of your available credit. This shows lenders that you're not reliant on borrowed money and can manage your finances effectively. Diversifying your credit is another important step. Having a mix of credit types, such as credit cards, a car loan, or a mortgage, can positively impact your credit history. However, this doesn't mean you should rush out and open multiple accounts. Instead, consider your financial needs and only apply for credit that you can afford to repay. Finally, avoid closing old credit accounts, even if you're not using them. These contribute to your credit history length, which is a factor in your credit score. Remember, building a good credit history takes time. There's no quick fix, but with patience and discipline, you can establish a credit history that reflects positively on your creditworthiness. A positive credit history is your ticket to improved creditworthiness and better loan terms. So start building yours today, and watch as the doors to financial opportunities swing wide open. That wraps up our guide on improving your creditworthiness for business loans. We've walked through the process together, starting with understanding what creditworthiness is and why it's such a vital aspect of your business's financial health. We've explored the steps to improve your creditworthiness, including reviewing and monitoring your credit report regularly, making payments on time, and maintaining a low credit utilization ratio. We've also discussed the importance of establishing a strong credit history and the role of diversifying your credit mix. Remember, improving your creditworthiness isn't a one-time task. It's a continuous journey that requires diligence and patience. With a robust creditworthiness, you'll have a strong financial foundation for your business, giving you the freedom to pursue your dreams and expand your horizons. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to HouseLux Estate for more insightful content. Thanks for watching, and remember, a solid creditworthiness is your business's best friend.